up? It's your boy Alley Cat.
And I'm the infamous twin.
And you're now watching
The Kultcha.
We're going to do what we do, how we do, when we do it, and get it done. You heard me?
Woo. Today's topic, I got a dope topic. I'm talking about the ego. I'm talking about egocentrism. That's what I'm talking about.
The definition of egocentrism means self-centered.
Woo, self-centered. And there's a lot of them in this social media game. And that's why I want to kind of get into it. Because some people are stressed. Some people are depressed about their situations. Depending on how many likes they get. Depending on how many followers they get.
They want to end their career. They want to end their life.
I don't understand that. F my life. I messed up. How do we combat this or do it?
Too.
I mean, that kind of existed before the social media thing.
But no, the social media, they putting it out there.
Let me ask this. Is the camera the devil?
Hey.
Because why we talk about egocentrism is because I was looking at video from 1920s and the 1912s, around that 8-10 year gap. And what I see is when the camera first got created and they would sit the camera out in front of people, they would just stand there and stare. If the cameraman moves, they'd walk in front of the camera, they'd be like this. It'd be like 8 of them, 10 of them, 12 of them. And they'll push their kid. I saw them push one of their babies. They said, move. And he's just standing. Is the camera pulling this stuff out of people? How much do we see things that affect us?
Everybody wants to be a star. Insta fame, Insta glory.
Because it's crazy because there's tons of people on social media that have been out there 20 years and haven't made it as a star. What do you say to them?
I mean,
there's more people that don't make it than make it.
But you know, there's a lot of people that got an OnlyFans page and making $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, that's very few though.
And then they talk about how could you treat me like this and treat me like that, but you're selling your soul.
Yeah,
for celebrity.
For celebrity. So let's talk about the stress factor, the depression factor, and being a social media celebrity, because I want to really work that angle.
You didn't like what I posted today. I don't feel like being.
I'm saying
I don't even feel like talking right now because you didn't like it, man.
I mean, because when you post something, right? If it gets 1 million likes, does that really help with your self-esteem?
It makes people feel good. It does.
Really?
I've seen it.
Why?
They think they the shiznit.
So
and they lizard.
Even though they don't leave no comment, but put a thumbs up sign or put a heart sign and hit that.
Yeah, you got to double tap.
If it's 1 million hearts,
it's a double tap.
You feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that means 1 million people like you, but they don't know you.
So how much is the personality shaped by people liking you? Talk to me.
Ooh, that's a deep question. How is the personality shaped by people liking you? Social media made that real bad.
Too bad.
Because now people will be like, oh, you know, he did something to piss us off, so now we're not gonna like nothing. But they'll still view your page and won't like it. Damn, that's kind of rough. Like, so how do you live? Because they don't. A lot of this, they get you heard some of these IG actors or IG comedians say, yeah, they had 1 million followers, but didn't have $1 million.
No. And
some of them said they was going through a depression because that was their way of trying to get on. Some has made it, got lucky and made it, but that's the how they say the law of the odds.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, social media created a lot of monsters, ego-wise. Like they think they somebody when they really nobody. And what I mean by you're really nobody, because you doing all this and you're doing it for clout, or you're capping, you know, the era I come from, you're fronting, you're bluffing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like you should be who you are, and social media is really, if you're a real person, social media, you know, you use it to just stay in contact with people or say we over here.
That's what it's supposed to be originally
and
used
try to
for.
build your brand, which it is being used for.
Right.
But some people are using a brand and damn near want to commit suicide because it's not going how they want it to go. It's the microwave situation. And then when some people feel they're in the microwave situation, but they feel like they're still in the oven. So the ego is being like, how can you say,
ego being stretched out, it's being blown up.
It's way out of proportion. But, you know, it's putting a lot of publicists out of jobs.
I mean,
because your PR person is supposed to build that thing to make you not tangible. And I guess social media is showing that, making you believe that in a sense. And maybe I might not be expressing it right, but I think I'm on the right path with it.
No, we definitely on the right path with it, because, you know, they may think that they have their own ego, but the ego is being shaped and created by social media. It's not the opposite way around. A lot of people tend to think that, listen, I created my platform, I got on, but what is your platform worth if it's on a platform that don't help, get to many people?
It's on a platform that's helping get to many people, but it's not driving revenue to you.
Yeah.
It's driving revenue to that platform.
It's driving
because IG is not getting paid.
What I'm saying is,
IG is not paying you to,
and that's the funny part.
Views or all them likes.
And that's the funny part, because
so now you still got to find a way to get paid.
So tell me, how would one promote his platform without social media? How will one be able to look at video and footage? Yes, educate. Yes.
Let me educate you.
Yes.
Before it was social media, it was grassroots guerrilla marketing. It was door to door. It was how would you say, it was flyers, posters, post no bills. A lot of y'all probably don't know about post no bills, but that's when they have construction sites in major cities. They put up boards to block you from coming into the construction site.
Yes.
So now they would have signs saying post no bills. You will put your posters up, your party promotion. You'll be at every club at every night handing it out. You will go to the mall, hand out your CDs, your DVDs. See, I'm from that movement, so I understand that. So you was your own walking billboard. You was your own word of mouth. Like a lot of people wouldn't survive without social media. Like,
I mean, they can't.
Like,
I mean, because of passing out the CDs and DVDs.
They don't know the grassroots guerrilla marketing.
See, but that's the grassroots guerrilla marketing is something of its time, though. Right? You can't go door to door today and try to sell DVDs of this product that we make today. They're not going to buy.
They stream now. So
you had to be on somebody's platform.
Yeah, but
when you're streaming.
When you're streaming, well, you have platforms that's free, and it's not just YouTube. It's 2 other platforms that I'm looking into. I loosely remember their names, and then I forget their names. So I'll get the names
and
back.
we'll put it definitely in the description.
Yeah, I will. But people tend to not understand that there's still ways of marketing yourself, and you can use IG and Twitter and all those sorts, but then it's still a way to reach the masses. But the best way to captivate your audience is really coming out and reaching the people. To me, I mean, you'll get people on social media, whatever it is, but you're gonna get that strong group of people by really making yourself somewhat tangible when they see you out there and you hustling and bustling for it.
No, I get that. I mean, if for those who don't get that, if you're trying to market something or you got a brand, it's a problem if you don't get that basic fundamental part about it. I'm trying to play devil advocate, right? I am saying when you put a billboard up, it's directing people to a certain platform, a certain stream,
it's giving them direction.
A certain social media platform, whatever it is. There's no such thing of promoting what you do without the social media today. They didn't allow it. They covered everything. Back then, you used to hand out CDs and walk door to door or whatever, and they could buy the literal tape. Nobody ain't buying the literal tape no more. They're gonna say, listen, you don't got YouTube? You're not on something that I can watch? Why I gotta buy a physical tape? I don't have a DVD player no more. I don't have this no more. This is why when you get music, it is hard to sell music if you're not on Spotify.
No. Because now you have what you call flash drives.
Okay. You got flash drives.
You can promote yourself with it. Now instead of dropping a mixtape, now you drop a flash drive. Oh, the game's changing. As it changes, it's evolving. Yeah. So you can drop a flash drive.
But you see how much
everybody has USBs.
And you see how much it's making previous stuff obsolete. It's making
it fast obsolete. But it all depends on what style you have. Yeah. And some people say, yo, listen, I'm not switching my style because the times have changed. And then they're forced to switch. But it's nothing new under the sun.
No,
so when they create something that is new, you still have old ways of marketing. You just have to, like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can teach a new dog old tricks.
Yeah, definitely. Now back to the ego, right? Because I really want to get into this because I feel like people, personality, and character, even their whole life is made from social media nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I seen Little Bootsy said, man, they blocked me on IG.
They just took my Instagram. Mark Zuckerberg, I need to talk to you. Bosses need to talk to bosses. I don't know what I did, but I need my Instagram back.
Right, well, I think it was
IG.
IG.
But he has enough following where he could create. No, they took his page from, but he has enough following.
This is the issue.
But he has enough following, he can create his own internet
I agree.
or social media.
So why you think he's so distraught? Why you think he's so upset? Why you think he's begging to go back
that's
on
his
the platform?
paper. That's where he makes a lot of his money through IG because he has branded himself, which he branded IG, but he branded himself on IG.
I
So
agree.
he's became somewhat of an employee to that brand.
No,
And he somewhat doesn't realize it, but even that he's a self, in a sense of independent, so I would say self-made,
Yeah, I would
which is
say
not, none of us are self-made. We
Right.
all need,
Something.
something to help
Right.
us and go further. But he can be one of them people that can be creative and say, you know what, y'all blocked me, I'm out the door, let me make my own social media. And I guarantee you, if he had 1 million followers, he could get 1 million people on that social media. And that 1 million people, each one of them gonna have 10 people. And I'm just giving you the average. They can all have 10 people. That's what, how many? 10 million? You're doing the number so he can create it. Somebody has to take out there and take charge. It's not about all money coming in and none going out.
And that's what I said. I see with him the slave master mentality. I just saw that right away. Him begging, even though it was in a joking manner, he was begging somebody that he had no control over. Begging for something he had no control over. So
I think he did it in a joking manner, and it might have been a little seriousness behind it. But at the end of the day, I like Little Boosie. I like, sometimes he might not articulate himself in a manner that the mass don't understand him, but I understand him. But what he has created and building his brand, Little Boosie Badass, Little Boosie, I feel that, he's a tastemaker. So he can come out and say, you know what, he can say, okay, I'm pushing my own social media platform. And I think he would give investors behind it. I think he would get, some people. Puff could do it. Jay could do it. Jay already showed you in streaming.
Right.
He did Tidal. Look at how much money.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
Right.
the social media we can create. I think it's happening. We probably don't know, because everything that's done in the dark will soon come to light. So maybe it's done in secret, which is a
Right.
great thing.
Right.
Until it's ready and prepared for it to drop. So
Maybe they planning.
Maybe, plan preparation beats poor performance. So maybe somebody is planning, preparing it, and getting ready to execute.
Right, because your ego have a lot to do with it. It's being self-centered, thinking nobody agrees with you, thinking you're the only person that thinks a certain way. This is a part of this ego. And what I'm saying is that I think a lot of my people face this ego problem because it's directly related, not even to social media unknowingly, it's directed to being poor, right? Because when you poor,
we don't have enough money to do
you
it.
got enough money, you got enough attention towards you. So once you get that attention on social media, your
But
ego
don't they have
just,
a book called Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, of course
Okay,
they
so
do.
go ahead, finish that.
Yeah, good plug. Think and Grow Rich.
No, I'm saying we need to think. to
Go
grow.
check that out too. It's
We
actually
need to
a good
think and
book.
grow rich.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. It's directly related. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily had to do nothing with social media. Anything that's out there popular, since our community is in a poor environment and how we grew up and struggle, we tend to attract ourselves to it. We don't care if it's positive or negative. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that the negative shit is popping.
But
That's it.
negative is always going to be, ignorance is bliss.
No doubt.
So, you know what I mean? But if you think on a positive note, like I said, we make it popular so we can create something. And like we saying, and we always say on our platform, and I apologize for looking down. I need to look up more, keep my head up, because I'm looking down as I speak, and that I shouldn't even do that. Because I'm considered to be, when I do this platform, somewhat of a role model. So I'm gonna keep my head up and just say, listen, we need to continue thinking, elevating, but we need to execute. Stop thinking poor. The more we think poor, the more we're gonna be poor. If you mentally think poor, you're gonna physically be poor. I don't have it should not be in your category or in your mind state or just period. Nothing in a situation. It should be, if you're gonna say I don't have it right now.
Exactly.
But then you gotta say to yourself when I'm gonna have it. You know what I mean? Because if you want it, you're gonna go get it.
And that's what I'm saying.
So
And my
we
ego is
need to
never
want it.
tied to that. My ego is never tied to that. It doesn't matter if y'all don't like me on my platform or if you do love me. It doesn't matter because I create the platform, not the platform creating me. So it doesn't matter how many new people join our platform or agree with our platform. I'm still going to keep my integrity.
Subscribe to unsubscribe, follow
we know,
to unfollow.
We know. I don't like what he said that day. Let me unsubscribe. It doesn't really
Or
bother
he
me.
was walking with so and so, and that's his friend.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now I'm not gonna deal with him.
Yeah, because what people need to realize, especially in our community, is that the ego is definitely created through this social media. I'm challenging y'all. If it's not true what we're saying, cut off, unsubscribe to your social media. Erase your Facebook.
No.
And
don't even
see
erase
how
it.
your
Just-
personality
you don't
transfers.
even gotta erase it.
Uh-huh.
Just do a fast from it for 30 days.
I like that. I like that type
do
of
a
word.
fast.
People think fast just always eating and stuff. No, we're gonna fast from social media. Do it 30
do a
days.
day fast.
And see, does it take away from your personality, your character,
Or who you
your
really
ego,
are.
or who you really are? Definitely.
And then it'll tell you,
Uh-huh.
it should tell you who you really are. I think everybody should do a self-inventory of who they are.
because
Take what they like about themselves, what everybody likes about them, and work on it. And what everybody doesn't like about them, or they don't like about themselves, they need to work on that.
and that's my thing, because if you take that fasting, that what you call it, I like that phrase that we're using, you're gonna see less girls get naked on social media. There's nothing to show. Listen, there's nothing. What you gonna be? Take off your clothes in your own house and nobody seeing you? Do you understand? Like, there's a motive to want to do it. Like, I'm tired of seeing that. Do you understand? Now, do some girls.
But a lot of them are not tired of getting the money. But see, the money without no how would you say?
I'm sorry.
No,
I see people
nothing
with
behind it.
I see
the money's
people
not gonna last.
with 1,000 subscribers getting naked, trying on Nova clothes, but lingerie Nova clothes. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. If you need that type of outward energy to help with your ego and your personality going inward, we got a problem, because it's the opposite. You're supposed to be working inward out, not outward in. If you're working outward in, it's going to be nothing but negative stuff that's going to come to you, stuff that you ain't going to be proud of years from now, or nothing. We all got kids. We all got family.
And once you put it on social media and it hits the web,
we got to repeat
it's
that.
always out there.
We got to repeat
Once you put
that.
it on the World Wide Web, it's always going to be out there. Let me give y'all a little breakdown. Since y'all watch the Kultcha and we give you a little intellectual, you actually have to call or reach out to somebody at Google for it to be erased off of their servers. So you could post a picture and you thought you deleted it off your page, it's still in somebody's server in one of them companies, and it's definitely in Google, and you would have to ask them to take it off. I mean, that's why, they had the reading signs. Some of y'all really need to read and sign when y'all sign these things, or volunteer to the rules and regulations of their platforms, because you're giving them all rights. Like, prime example, we're on YouTube, right? We gave them all the rights to our footage, so they basically own our footage. And the more content we put on YouTube, they actually own our content. That's why it takes amount.
Take your time.
It takes a large amount of subscribers, or what you would call subscribers or followers, to get monetized. And then when you get monetized, you only get a portion of the ad money. They don't give you the true portion that if we was on TV or things of that nature. And it's still, even though I was on TV, they own the rights. We end up selling them the rights, or a bargaining deal with YouTube. We're not selling them nothing. So yeah, we might know our value, but they're giving us an outlet to display it to the world, because they have all the servers, the space to hold, the capability to deal with it.
I agree, but does it make you or break you?
Never makes me or break me. We do this. We do this, what we do on this platform, and our ego, and I can say our ego because we're already successful. We created something. We're still doing it. It's not making or breaking us. We're putting it together, and we're going to keep striving and moving forward.
Just the creation of a platform, period, is super powerful, y'all. I don't care if you got 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, 20. Just the creation of it makes it powerful. I mean, just the rise on IG for us. When I said we got to 200, I said, Al, that's a lot of people, bro. Like, I'm good. I got 200 people watching me. Like that's a lot to me.
And believe it or not, you really know 200 people. You don't deal with them on a day-to-day basis, but you know them.
You can't know 1 million people.
No,
It's
we don't know
impossible.
1 million people, but 200 people, you can probably say you know about 200 people.
And I think social
and I
media.
ain't saying you know them like, hey,
No. You'll know them.
You'll walk past and, oh, yeah, that's so.
You can't know 500,000 people.
You don't know them in the sense of.
Social media does a great job of playing into the game
And
like
playing
you
into the
know
ego.
500,000 people.
And you
That's
don't.
why your ego get big.
And you
I'm
don't.
influencing 500,000 people. What you influencing
think-
500,000 people to click on
Yeah,
a
influence is
a
different.
heart.
Influence is
Yes,
different.
we need to
You have to
bring some
define that.
value back in that
Yeah,
word.
because like
Like,
Mariah Carey, she
Yeah.
might have sold 1 million records,
Uh-huh.
or 50 Cent might have went diamond. That's 10 million
Mm-hmm.
sold domestically, and he probably sold more worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
But he don't know 10 million people. So when you walk up to him and you like, hey 50, I brought your album, it's his response or her response of the artist is gonna say thank you for your support. Because he made influential music, but he don't know you. So you can't walk up to him and expect him to think that he knows you, because he don't know who you are. He don't know your name. You brought a record. You know him because you liked his music, and you only know his music. You don't really know him as a person. And they have their private lives. We're seeing it all the time. You know, point out, look at R. Kelly. We hear so many different things about him. You knew his music. You didn't know him as a person. You know what I mean? You didn't know that they putting out a rumor now saying that, you know, he had people taken off the label because they don't promote this, don't promote. You didn't know him as a person to know that he didn't want to see nobody else win, or he liked little girls. You didn't, you know, you go to church, you have these pastors or priests. You didn't know they like touching little boys. So you know, but you go there for the word.
yeah.
Like, you know, you go for a word, you go for a message, you go
Yeah.
for that influence, but you don't know them as a person.
Right.
You don't know their private lives.
So not only does that person, that artist or that celebrity get a big ego, a big head, now it also starts to develop in the people that's supporting them. So when they see R. Kelly or they see somebody like a LeBron James or a Jay-Z, they want to be a political figure. Listen, I buy your music all the time. I bought everything you did. You're not going to help us? You're not going to put money in our hoods? There's no way in the world Jay-Z can help out 10 million people from going diamond as regular people. So this is the misconceptions that it takes each and every one of us to help change our communities, that lives in these communities.
Say that again?
It takes each and every one of us to change our communities that live in those communities.
And it has to start off with wanting change, then moving and acting on change, and also accepting change. Now, I don't know what order you want to put it in, but just think about it.
I'm Twin.
You know, I'm exactly Kizat.
It's the Kultcha. Deuces.
This is Alright, Right, Exactly.